Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you will be updated on all my future content. So this video is going to focus on drawing fraction models that represent each fraction. So our first example is 3/5. I'm going to model how to draw a visual representation of 3/5. So, when you think about fractions, I want you to think about a parts to whole relationship. The denominator, the bottom number, is the total amount of parts. The numerator, the top number, is how many parts are filled or unfilled. So for 3/5, we have 5 total parts. So I'm going to draw 5 total parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 total parts, and they're all equal in size, or about equal in size. I mean, I might not have drawn this exactly to scale, but it's supposed to be representative of parts that are all equal in size. So we have 5 total parts, and the fraction's 3/5, so that means I got to fill up 3 of those 5 parts. For these models, we'll make the numerator be the amount that's filled. So 3/5. So right now I'm at 1/5, 2/5, 3/5. 3/5 of the fraction is shaded. 3/5 of this figure is shaded. All right, moving on to the next example. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. It's the Mr. C. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. Shout out to Mr. C. All right, next example. We'll do 1/8. So 1/8 means that there's going to be 8 total parts. So I need to draw a figure or a shape with 8 total parts. So let's see, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's supposed to be 8 equal parts. These parts are pretty close to equal, but it's not drawn exactly to scale. One might be slightly bigger than the other, but it's supposed to represent 8 equal parts. So we have 8 total parts. One of those 8 parts is shaded, so I have to shade one of the 8 parts in. And I now have a fraction model representing 1/8. All right, moving on to the next example. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. It's the Mr. C. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. Shout out to Mr. C. So this one, a little bit easier, 1/2. I got to draw a fraction model that represents 1/2. So 1/2 means that there's going to be 2 total parts. And I need to shade in one of those 2 parts. Again, the numerator represents how much of the fraction is shaded in. The denominator represents the total amount of parts. All right, and we now have a fraction model representing 1/2. All right, this next example will probably be my final example. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. It's the Mr. C. It's the Mr. Camilleri show. Shout out to Mr. C. So 1/4, that means we have 4 total parts. I have to shade in 1 out of those 4 parts. Now let's say I wanted to shade in 2 out of those 4 parts, 2/4. I would need to shade in a second. So this would be the fraction model representing 2/4. This would be the fraction model representing 3/4. Now 4/4 or 1 whole, this would be the fraction model representing 1 whole. Anytime the numerator and the denominator have the same number, the fraction's equal to 1 whole. So that's sort of like, that was sort of 4 examples in one. I didn't want to just end it with an example where the numerator was 1, because I did a few fractions in a row where the numerator was 1. But that is my live stream for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. And if there is an area of math or reading that you're having difficulty with, put that in the comments and I will try to do a future video on that skill. Until next time, this is Mr. Camilleri signing off. Actually, before I sign off, I am going to do one more thing. I'm going to ask all my viewers to do one more thing before you go to the next video. Before you leave the live stream and go to the next video, there is one more thing I'm going to ask all of you to do. The very last thing I want you to do before I close out this live stream is hit the button with this word on it. Hit the subscribe button. And I will see you on the next video. Also, you can also hit the like button if you want. Hit the like button, the thumbs up, hit the like button. All right, I will see you all next time.